Hi, Corey with Gold Rush Expeditions. We're here today inside the Keystone mine. Now, I'm talking in a little bit of a hushed tone because what we're in is a very old mine, and it's also a lot of oxidized rock and iron, so the less disturbance you get from, like, even vocal reverberations is the better. Lots of old cut timber, all this stuff was taken in locally, super cool, and we've got this massive gold vein that we've been walking for probably the past 200-300 feet. They've blocked out all the ore and they've got it all staged up here, ready to start coming down in the ore bins, but for whatever reason, it didn't make it. We've seen writings from 33, 39, 40, and 49. So right before the War Act and right after, but we all know it's kind of expensive to mine, so maybe that was the problem. You can see right here, gold vein, gold vein. You can see there's some little flecks of gold in here. So if I'm working here, all I need, because I'm going to high grade this mine, because that's all you're really going to want to do with anything until you're going into a full commercial operation, is I'm going to take my hammer drill, I'm going to stick it right in here, I'm going to start breaking this out. And when you start breaking this vein out, you can start breaking this vein out, which will bring all of this to start come towards you. You fill up your little wheelbarrow, you scoot your ass out, and this is what you're going to get processed, all this right here. What you can see on that wall is a big fat gold vein. That's what that big piece is. That's what they were working. It kind of shows you what they're looking for. There's also this wide vein that is right underneath them that you can see the quartz in. I have not seen a lot of gold in this, but the dark colors indicate there's a lot of stuff going on in it, so it might just be really small gold that's in there. Let's scoot down a little farther. So that's all what we've got here. You can see all this stacked up, all behind this timber. So you might ask yourself, what is this? Why did they not take it out? We've got numerous drifts that shoot up and go out to the surface. We'll follow these. So look how much they've stacked up here. And then maybe say to yourself, why would they do that? Why would they stack all that up? Well, there's various reasons, but my guess is right now that this is all a lot of blocked up stuff that is ready to ship. They just need to find a place to ship it. If you look up this, you'll see this goes right up and out. We saw two of these shafts up top that we thought were air shafts. I think they're air/escape shafts. So very cool, cut right on the hard rock, and you can see the rock work where they stacked all the ores up going up it. Super cool. This one that we're coming on is pretty sexy. They're cut right on the face of the rock here, call it a fault if you will. You've got a solid rock base to this, and then it runs all the way out and up to the surface. Now, it's super short. It's like, what, maybe 2.5, 3 feet tall, and maybe 2 feet wide, which, yeah, you're not gonna be mining in it, but if some shit goes down and this collapses, you're goddamn well gonna scoot your ass up there and be way happy about it. Look at that rock work going all the way up each side. Look how flat it is, all the way down. That is some real cool pride in your work there too, to get all that flat. Got a marking right here, BB of 329.49. If you walk over here, we've probably pointed these out before, but each one of these little black dots made by a carbide lamp represents a car of some sort coming out. So this could have been cars of muck, this could have been cars of ore, could have been cars of various things, but they've separated it and marked for each one that's come out. Over here, you've got more. So you might be looking at this going, well, where did all that come out of? Well, if you turn around, you look down, and we've got some deep, dark workings down there. So you got a decline shaft that really wouldn't be too hard to get down too far, but we're not going to hit it today. That's going to be for the claim owner. We'll give you maps, but you can see we go down probably about 30-40 feet, and then it levels off and goes back in. I've also got a bunch more markings up here that were made, so they obviously shipped a lot out of that level. So this is things that are fun. So we have another escape. Probably they were pushing ore here and there up these as well, but what's fun is look right up here. Some industrious little pack rat has taken one of the miners' little old burlap sacks there, and over the years has filled it up with bunches and bunches of grass, and now has this like luxe condo that overlooks the air chute. He's got the shit going on there. It's awesome. All right, so we're done with this lower adit. You see we've still got gold running along our quartz here all the way through here, which is awesome. So good stuff for if you want to make some money out here and have some gold. This is probably the smallest of the workings that we've seen out here at the Keystone. We're going to go over. There's some large adits. There's a couple other head frames. We're on, what, 3 head frames on this site? Yeah, it's amazing. So we're going to go check the rest out. We'll bring you along with us. Let's go.
The Keystone Mine, located just outside of Winnemucca, Nevada, covers an astounding 80 acres of workings from the historic Keystone and Tamzy mines. The Keystone was first developed on a small scale in around 1870. The majority of the work was done from 1936 to 1940 when the mine was owned by the Jones brothers, before it was shut down by the War Act. The Keystone mine site can be broken down into 2 camps, east and west. The workings of the West Keystone Mine Camp are accessible when dry, but will require some pumping and clearing work. In the spring season, the attic contained 3 feet of water, making it largely inaccessible.
So we've come out of the attic, and now we've moved to the workings of this attic. Now, this is not one we're going to be getting into today because, as you can see right behind me, it is absolutely full of water. It almost has a little trench from the higher ground that's forced all the water right down here. Now, is this water in your mine a detriment? No, because we found lots of gold up top, which also means that the gold is going to have settled right on the floor underneath this water. You are going to have to pump the water out of this mine, but it is going to be worth it because it does have gold.
The shaft above is in good condition, but will need a bit of clearing. There are many open trenches and exposed ore bodies that have been sampled as recently as 1981.
All right, so we're here at the upper workings, as I'm going to call them, of the Keystone Mine. What you've got here is a nice little shaft with a head frame over it. Right over here is that big water-filled adit we showed you, much likely cuts direct and comes into these. Because why? Because it's a lot easier to haul stuff on a straight line than it is to come up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. As you can see here, this is starting to kind of fall apart, but there was some good square set timbers here. You can see a little bit. We're not gonna be able to get too close just because you can see how loose all this is. This is definitely the kind of stuff that you want to be securely roped in if you're even going to try and get in there, and then you're just going to bounce off the walls and rocks are going to fall on your head. It's going to suck. But there's some good ladders there. What you need to do is drain out that side, come from underneath it, see what it looks like, or come in here, shore all this up and re-square set it.
The eastern Keystone mines are the primary workings as reported in historical reports. Gold is the primary element that has been worked in the mines, but there are also reported deposits of silver and platinum. Surveyors documented thousands of tons of ore have been blocked out underground in the smaller workings. Air shafts from the upper attic can also be used as escape routes. There is extensive tonnage in gold and silver reserves noted in the 1940s U.S. Bureau of Mines and Geology reports. The extent and depth of the deposits are not mapped or defined, but described as likely very large. The Keystone Mine would provide excellent value for a small to medium-sized commercial operation.
Just a quick touch on what you're looking at. Some of you guys that are doing smaller stuff might look at this and go, whoa, dude, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of mining. Mining is by definition work. You are working the gold, the blood out of the land. So if you look at this and you say, oh, there's no way I can pump that out. There's no way I can get a plan of operations. This is not the mine for you. And I don't say that because we don't want to sell anything to you, but I say that because I don't want people to come out here and have big hopes and dreams of, you know, they're going to get in their mine, they're going to do everything. And then they get out here and they go, oh shit, because it is kind of daunting. But if you've got the resources and you come out here, you can clear this. All I'm trying to tell people is know your limits when you're looking at mines. If you're looking at a mine for $2,000 on the internet or for $500 on the internet, you're going to get out what you put into it. If you're looking at a larger mine that needs work, the Elkhorn, you know, some of these big properties we have, there is millions and millions of dollars of gold in these, but it's going to take work, it's going to take effort, and you're going to have to put some money in to develop your infrastructure to get stuff out. How's your focus on that? When they say there's no more gold left out there, and then you find little veins of it with little pieces all through it, it's, yeah, kind of hard to deny that.
Is that pure gold?
It's not pure gold. You've got some pyrites, which you can see are going to be your flat edges. And then you've got your gold, which is going to be your soft little malleable pieces, which you can see like, so I'm going to point right here. That little bit right above my finger is going to be gold because it's not a big flat crystal. And do gold and pyrite follow together?
Yes.
All the time. All the time. If you find pyrite, there's probably a good chance you're going to get gold. Best way to know for sure is to assay it. You've got where they were taking the little tipple out there, dropping off ore. Well, they were there. So your ore was going to come out, it's going to shoot out this little tipple, and they dropped it. And then at some point they said, hey, it's way easier to just cut this at it. So if you look out here too, you can see how much dump there is out there. And that's all going to come from that adit. Guaranteed you that was work done that was done later, and it was strictly just for haulage, probably because this shaft was not in the best condition. That would be my guess. And it was a lot easier just to cut a new tunnel and haul it out. So, Keystone, there's history. It's awesome. It's big. Come out, take a look at it. There's a crazy old dude, Peg Leg John over here.
Don't call him a crazy old dude.
He's totally a crazy old dude. He's got ghost stories. He's got all sorts of fun stuff going on. Super nice guy. And yeah, that is the Keystone site. So for Gold Rush Expeditions, I'm Corey. We will see you at the next site.